Hello everyone and welcome to After the Fact. My name is N Bad Dog, also known as Brainwash, and here today I have another OSA clan ladder match. This one is from OSA RTY, spawning in the northeastern corner of this map as the red Protoss, and then of course we do have Kosul spawning as the blue Protoss in the southeastern. So we do have a PvP here. And I don't know too much about the match. I do know what happens eventually to RTY, but of course I'm not going to spoil that for you because that would ruin the entire point of watching this video, wouldn't it? So yeah, right now I'm kind of working out YouTube and sorting out all that stuff. I want to upgrade my account to a director's account so that I can, upload videos longer than 15 minutes, because as you know, uploading P1 and P2 for StarCraft videos, it gets a bit chunky and you can't really necessarily do it all that easily, and it's harder to edit and all that nonsense. So I would like to do that. So actually, if anyone in the community who watches these videos knows a way of doing it that isn't absolutely brutal, that would be fantastic. That would really help a lot, because at this point I seem to be a bit lost. I've changed all my settings, but it still won't upgrade me, and blah 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 blah. I don't know if maybe there's a video limit that you have to have on there or something. Anyway, so that'll be sorted out over the next few days, so I'll get some of these longer uploads up, because of course I don't want to chop any of the videos that are coming out at longer than 15 minutes up into pieces if I don't have to, and re-upload them later. So we might have a bit of a delay and a bit of confusion, and I might miss out a few games, but hopefully not. Looks like both players are going the wrong direction, so it'll take both of them the longest possible amount of time. So I'd say we're not going to see any super early pressure from either player as a result of that. We do have a gas coming down from Kosul, and oh sorry, I forgot to bring up a few of my tabs. There we go, all my production tabs are up now. That'll make it a lot easier to view. As you can tell, still kind of getting a hang of doing the casting. And it looks like RTY is producing an earlier Zealot, whereas his Protoss opponent Kosul is choosing to wait for either a Sentry or a Stalker to come out. So it looks like he'll be doing an earlier expansion. Not really sure. 2 gas up for RTY. Still only 1 gas from Kosul. There we go. Second gas goes up, of course, just as I say that there. And it looks like RTY has scouted Kosul now. And it looks like Kosul is just heading towards RTY's base as well, so he knows where RTY is at this point too. Zealot probably won't be able to deny too much of the scouting, just because Zealot's kind of blow at denying scouting. It's pretty impressive, actually. And no Stalker out on the field yet for RTY, so that probe is going to do a wonderful amount of scouting, just get around all in the base. And he does see that there's 3 gateways coming down for RTY. I guess he did a bit of a misclick on the probe, though. That probe shouldn't have died as easily. And what have we got going on here for Kosul? Is Chrono boosting out warp gate technology. Nothing too fancy coming down just yet. No expansion for either player either. I'm wondering about that because it is such a macro favorable map. There we go. There's a Twilight Council coming down for Kosul. Twilight Council coming down, possibly see some Blink Stalkers, Zealot Charge, which is really uncommon this early in the game, I must say, and of course DTs are an ever-present option. Just because he's only got the 2 gas and they were a bit late, it feels less likely. Feels like it would be less effective if it did come out. But there you go. And not too much going into a 4 gate here for RTY, so he's looking to put on a little bit of early pressure, and there we go. The probe is moving out across the map, and luckily for Kosul, his probe will scout this, so he'll know that there is a bit of a move out. He'll see the probe first, know that there's probably going to be a pylon coming down, and there we go. We do have a Dark Shrine, despite what I said about it being a little bit less effective, so we'll see. Keep an eye on that Dark Shrine, see if it finishes in time. It's still got another 70 seconds to go, which feels like an awfully long time, though. It feels like RTY has kind of stalled out in the middle of the map here, though, and that is giving that Dark Shrine enough time to finish. And RTY does not have a forge or a robotics facility up yet, so there's no observation on the field for either player, actually. So stealth will go completely undetected here from Kosul. It'll be able to shred through these stalkers. definitely giving him the advantage if these Dark Templars can get up in time. Looks like he is saving his warp-ins. So he used his last warp-in there on Stalkers, and he's just waiting for the Dark Templars to finish up there. We've still got 20 seconds, though. Kosul's Stalkers managed to get around behind the RTYs. He does take out a sentry. That'll make a big difference. You don't want to have those sentries up in the front. And there we go. The Stalkers are backing off now, as well as another warping Stalkers here on the side. And will the Dark Templars finish in time? There we go. We do have 2 Dark Templars warping in at this back pylon. And there we go. The Dark Templars are in, and they're already starting to do a huge amount of damage there. There we go. They are shredding through RTY's units. And RTY has no response for this yet. I'm not even sure. There we go, a Forge does come down. He realizes that this is coming. The Stalker pressure as well. He has nothing in his base to defend against this Stalker pressure. Of course, only 3 Stalkers. It will take them forever. RTY is moving into the middle line, trying to do as much as damage as possible to Kosul's base before he gets taken out. I don't think he'll be able to take out that Dark Shrine, though. No, that Dark Shrine is a waste. Another Cybernetics core having to be put down by Kosul just because that got taken out. More Dark Templars being warped in, though, and those Dark Templars can be hugely effective against RTY's force right now, especially with no cannons yet on the map. There we go, the Forge has just finished now, finally taken out a pylon. The cannon goes down at the back here. RTY has started to warp in Stalkers. He is 1 gateway down, though, because he lost a pylon, and there we go, another gateway is going down. This pylon will not take out too much power, I don't think. It will depower the Forge, though, which could be an issue. And there we go, the Forge is depowered. I'm not sure if that actually does stop RTY from being able to produce cannons, but since that is his only vision at this point, that is a bit of an issue if it does. And there we go, the Dark Templars are moving out across the map. The Dark Templars will not stand up very well against these cannons once they're finished up. And there we go, finally the Stalkers are being taken out. RTY microing a little bit, and there we go, the Stalker will go down before the Stalker dies. And there we go, the Dark Templars are in the mix, but they won't be able to do too much damage with those cannons there. And there we go, the cannons rip apart the Dark Templars. Dark Templars are reasonably soft units, but we do have a pylon here, and it looks like Kosul is going to return the favor with a 4-gate. Actually, he's going in off a 3-gate Dark Shrine. So we're going for 3-gate versus 4-gate with Dark Templars. I think as soon as RTY gets a pylon out near the front here, he should be fine. The Dark Templars won't be able to do too much more damage, though we do have 3 more Dark Templars moving back into the line here. And they're going to go all the way around the top, trying to take out this pylon here. There we go, they will get that pylon down. That won't supply block RTY, though, and there we go, the cannon does finish. He's trying to focus down the Forge. Will they be able to take out the Dark Templars in time? The Dark Templars are going for the Forge. The Forge is going to go down. The Forge is down just in time, so there are no more cannons being warped in. Of course, the Dark Templars... The cannons are already there, though. There are 4 cannons. It just means that there's no ability to push cannons further out into the map for RTY against Kosul here. So Kosul does have a very nice contain on RTY at this point, but he won't be able to harass that mineral line at all. Those cannons are definitely going to keep that locked down. And a Zealot moving in here to scout. Doesn't want to throw away the Dark Templars if he doesn't have to. Possibly he's going to draw the Stalkers out a bit to where the Dark Templars can actually hurt them, but it doesn't look like it. He's just going to go back into the mineral line, take a look, and there we go. We do finally have an Observer coming out in the back here in a very nice protected place. This Observer will give RTY the advantage. Of course, Kosul is expanding in behind this, though, and there we go, a big move in, and he realizes that the Dark Templars are there, that he does have to move back. Nice force fields there. Locks in a DT. Definitely worthwhile there. And the Observer is out on the field, so he'll be able to take out this extra DT. As well as some more Zealots coming warped in around the side. And will he focus down the DT? Yes, he does. Then goes the Zealot. And there we go. These Stalkers will be cleaned up by RTY. Of course, Dark Templars are so resource heavy, you just can't keep Chrono boosting them out. And it looks like RTY will be able to finally break his way out of the base. Will he expand at this point? I think he has to. Of course, he has a significant supply advantage over his opponent, Kosul. Kosul seems to have not much military on the ground, and RTY is shaking up, and he's going for a Warp Prism. When you've had a lot of damage done to you, you just need to make a big difference and do something different. And there we go, the pylon finally getting cleaned up. And of course he will be taking this out. The Zealots will focus down the other Zealot, and there we go, the pylon will fall from RTY. Of course, RTY doesn't have actually all that many pylons, so he's a little bit supply blocked right now, which is of course an issue. It will stop the production. Let's take a look at the units tab here. There we go, so the Warp Prism is out. Where's the Warp Prism going? The Warp Prism is loaded up with Zealots, and he's moving out across the map. I think that the defense from Kosul is way out of position here, and it's only 3 Stalkers, plus an Archon. That's an interesting choice. An Archon this early in the game. Does he even have... I'm not seeing any sort of storm or anything being researched, so no, I don't think he has that. And taking a look back at the production tab, there we go. We do have Kosul putting up his own Forge 4's upgrades. The Zealots are here, as well as a big warp in of more Zealots. So we'll have 7 Zealots charging in the middle of the line, and RTY will be able to do quite a bit of damage with this. He still has 4 warp gates, so he can warp in more reinforcements, and there we go. A very delayed pull-off here from Kosul, and his mineral line is getting destroyed here. There's no pullback from his military units either. The Stalkers seem to have decided that they can't engage this, and they're just going to give it up. Dark Templar's being warped in, and there we go. 1 Dark Templar will be coming in here, but I think the Nexus is going to go down before these units can get here. Definitely is. And there we go. The Nexus is down. RTY has managed to focus down Kosul's Nexus, and he is now going for the Dark Shrine. Will he be able to take that out in time? I don't think so. Dark Shrines just have way too much health at 1,000. Yeah, there we go, and the 2 Archons were able to do enough damage there, as well as the Dark Templar, to take that out. So Kosul right now is on 1 mining base, which is very similar to RTY's, and of course RTY has a significant supply advantage, as well as a Stargate coming down. So we've got Stargate coming out. We're possibly going to see a bit of Void Ray harass here, especially with this ledge here, and no Blink Stalker from Kosul. He'll be able to charge up the Void Rays on these 2 tech structures here and do a lot of damage. And there we go, Kosul realizing he has to make something happen right now. He is moving out across the map. We've 1 Dark Templar, 2 Archons, and 3 Stalkers, as well as a Zealot, of course, lagging off behind because Zealots are so bloody slow. They're just going to run into a wall of Stalkers here. There's absolutely no way that he can punch through this. Stalkers do way too much damage to Archons. And there we go. The Stalker count for Kosul is dwindling, and there we go, it's all done. It's all finished up. He's down to 22 supply, and Kosul says, "You're hacking, obviously," and no GG given from the other Protoss player. Definitely a very good game from RTY. Good defense against the Dark Templars. A little bit overkill with the cannons, but I think he kind of needed it because his tech structures were so spread out. He didn't want to keep losing tech structures there. And definitely a good transition to Stargate. I like that because he would have been able to take out those buildings over here. Kosul, an interesting Dark Templar rush. I just think he kept producing Dark Templars for way too long. Relied on them. You know, he should have just done the early pressure with them and forced RTY to get all those cannons in his base and then just cut Dark Templar production completely. Not produced anymore. Maybe produced a few just for base defense until RTY got out that Observer. And then he would have done phenomenally because he would have forced RTY to go into basically an entire base worth of cannons here. That's a lot of minerals spent in cannons right now, and that definitely should have set RTY back. But of course, with the Dark Templars continuing to be produced, there was just no way that Kosul could keep up the economy. And then again, the slow pull off of the probes off the mineral line with the warping of Zealots in the back here from the Warp Prism definitely hurt Kosul's chances of ever coming back in that game and establishing a macro game. It's a really good game from both players overall, and again, thank you to OSA for submitting this replays, and it looks like we're going to have a kind of a clan versus clan battle. Some people were talking some smack talk over private chat on Battle.net, so I don't know what's going on here, but I might be casting that. Of course, if I do cast that, it'll probably come up live before it comes up here. This comes up, but I might push out this video as fast as possible just to get that out there. And because, of course, I don't have a director's account yet, I will cut myself off from blabbering about here, not really talking about anything, and I will talk to you guys later.